Hey guys, Josh Gilly here. Just going to give you a quick introduction to this tool that I built. It's called the Digital Vanguard. Started off as kind of like, typical portfolio for a developer, and kind of grew into what it is now. So the idea being a place where junior developers, mid-level developers can come and kind of keep track of their projects. Um, instead of having to spin up their own portfolio or just throw something on GitHub and forget about it. Figured this would be a cool way to keep track of your progress and even, shoot a YouTube video of yourself talking about it and then connect that to the article. So let's kind of get into it here. So this is the landing page. Pretty simple for now. Again, this is like an MVP just to get it going. We'll discuss some other features later. So I'll give you a quick tour and then I'll talk about how it was kind of developed. So let's check it out. You got the little hamburger menu. Obviously, we're home right now. Little about page talking about the problem, the vision, how it works, who it's for, so on and so forth. We've got a quick Google OAuth here. I think I'm going to switch this to a GitHub OAuth just because the idea for this is to be strictly for developers, not to be too exclusive, but that's kind of who I'm aiming at. That's the target audience. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and log in here. Cool. So as soon as you log in, it takes you to your portfolio. If this is your first time logging in, you'll just see the add article button. The idea of this too is that, you can explore other portfolios, so other developers on the site. So if we go back home, you'll see this drop down menu, for now it'll just have, I mean, it's just a simple drop down. May in the future turn this into a search, obviously, so you can find your username, someone that you're interested in checking out. You could use your imagination to see where this could go. And again, we'll talk about that here in a bit. But so we'll go to my portfolio here, and I went ahead and created one. So let's dive into this, how it was built. So you go into here, and you've got a couple things going on. So you got the title right here, which is if you're the owner of the portfolio, you can edit the title. You can go here and edit the summary. And then down here, you'll see this paginated markdown file section. So you can kind of like add, you see the little add file button here. You can add as many files as you want right now. Use like a markdown editor to create a markdown file. Once it's to your liking, you can come here and add the what we call a detail, paginated. So you can kind of click through. I think I'm going to add like sorting here to make it more useful. But again, coming down the road. So if we go back, oh, and there's a little demo section. Obviously, for now, it's some dudes doing jujitsu, but that will be this video here soon. And then yeah, this just takes you to a markdown editor outside of the tool. So let's see what else there is. If we go into the portfolio, yes. Oh, and you can add an article, right? So I've created one here. I think I'm going to add multiple tags later, but for now, there's just this one tag. Um, and you can go and add a new article, obviously put it in the title. Say you have a YouTube video of you already going over it, you can add that here, add your tag, and then add your summary. Um, and then you'll see that pop up here. Um, and you can go through and edit. You can delete articles. But let's say I was, if I went in here with my test account and logged in with my test account, I actually wouldn't be, I could go to Josh Gilly's portfolio, but I wouldn't be able to edit anything. I wouldn't be able to delete articles, obviously. I wouldn't be able to delete details. I wouldn't be able to add files, anything like that. So the idea here is that you can kind of go around and explore where you don't have the ability to edit, obviously, other developer stuff. And then you have your portfolio, sort of this collaborative experience. So yeah, I mean, this is my first article here on the site, just talking about how we set up the Digital Vanguard. I'll just quickly go through that here. I won't read through too much of this, but kind of a simple setup at first. Over here on the GitHub, you'll see this kind of like boilerplate thing that you can download and play with. I did a Vite app with React on the front end, Fastify on the back end, and started with MongoDB. Did kind of like a standard setup, keep it simple. Um, Nothing crazy to mention there. And then Step two, I ended up switching from Mongo to Postgres. I'm familiar with Mongo, used it a good bit, but started to realize that with this specifically, it was really relational, the data. I kind of go into a little bit here talking about how I made the switch to Postgres and why, and I'm really happy with that decision to this point. Once the query started getting more complex, um, so there's that. Going on to three, yeah, just setting up ESLint and Jest. Obviously, you want to have some good, 90+% test coverage in there, some good linting, so we're not leaving anything behind, keeping it clean, tidy. Preparing the application for hosting. It ended up going with a microservice architecture, so just setting up Docker files on the client and on the server, and creating a Docker compose. Kind of somewhat standard stuff with the containers, and then moving on here to yeah, hosting on AWS. So yeah, created the domain on Route 53, and then let's see, yeah, created an EC2 instance where I'm hosting those, two containers, go in there, clone the repo, get the necessary dependencies. I go into it all here. Create that classic load balancer, create a target group, point that to the EC2 instance, have all the necessary ports opened in the security groups. I go into detail here again. So, and then lastly, just kind of future plans. There's some really cool ideas that we could use to take, like there's the improved content handling, supporting various file types other than Markdown, project showcase galleries, obviously even just searchability, grouping developers together. So if there's more of like a Python data sciencey developer, you could kind of group them together and explore that world. We could gamify the system a little bit. So if you react to other developers' articles, or you're creating articles on a daily basis, you gain like a point system, and maybe you're prioritized in the list a little bit so that that search puts you at the top of the list. Community engagement, kind of standard stuff here, but it would be fun to implement this, and these are up in the GitHub project. So kind of keeping track of that and just chipping away at these features as I can. I may pull in some other developers and just keep this open source so that everybody can kind of get in on the action. But yeah, that's basically what it is and how it's set up. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And yeah, MVP's up and trying to get people using it. And yeah, looking forward to some of these other things that I'm working on now. I'll have a place to go into detail a little bit on a granular level, and also share a video of me working on it, and showcasing it. So thanks for watching.